you played baseball and football, but you also got a scholarship, a D1 scholarship from playing football, right?
Yeah. So baseball was my favorite sport. Even to this day, it's my favorite sport. But I was very good in hockey. I was very good in baseball. Took up football very late because back then the high schools did not have football teams, the public schools.
Okay.
So I ended up going playing football at Sun Youth,
Mm.
and I loved it. I loved the physicality of it. Those of you who know like Lawrence Taylor, LT number 56 for the New York Giants. That's like was my favorite player,
Mhm.
and I played defensive line, outside linebacker. Played
Mm.
at Sun Youth, was very very good. Went to Vanier College,
So
was very
they had to think twice before getting to your line, like defensive
yeah,
line. They're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
the
It's very,
big guy.
very aggressive, They get hit and stuff like that. But as I said, in high school, the public schools didn't have that, so I went to play at Sun Youth.
Mhm.
After that, got recruited to go to Vanier.
Mhm.
Then recruited, got a scholarship, a full scholarship to Boston University.
Mhm.
Paid for my schooling, right? So that I graduated and stuff like that. So something I was very, very honored to do it because going to the school in the States, people were paying to go to school is very, very expensive.
Mm.
So it didn't have that financial burden as far as paying for your education.
Mm.
And Boston in itself, it was a very interesting city, a
Mhm.
very racist city, but a,
Right.
but a very interesting city and stuff like that. But I get, I got to meet people there that I still keep into contact
Mhm.
until this day through Facebook and stuff like that. So it was a beautiful experience. I could say it was a
Mm.
beautiful experience.
I like that. Speaking of the word experience, what would you say is a lesson or skill that you keep in mind that you still keep till this day from playing football?
Hey, the collective, the team, right?
Mm.
If it's Canadian football, it's 12 players. American football, it's 11 players.
Oh
On
wow.
one particular play,
Mm.
all 11 guys have to be working towards one common goal.
Mm.
So the quarterback can't do the play by himself. The running back can't do it by himself because he needs the offensive line to block for him.
Mhm.
So I always try to use that collective spirit for anything that I do. How can I, as the person, succeed within the team? So the collective spirit.
Mm.
Unfortunately, in the world today, I see everybody wants to do everything by themselves.
Mm.
And that's not the best way.
Mm.
So team first,
Mhm.
individual second. It should be good. And that's some of the things too. I also say, growing up, my parents always try to have that family environment even with extended family.
Okay.
Family first. It's very,
Mhm.
very important.
I like that you mentioned how a lot of, well, in today's society, there's this individualistic mindset of like, okay, I got to get it on my own. I got to figure out a way to, be the first one to do it, or
Hmm.
even to hold to carry the torch for the
Yeah.
most part. Would you say it's something that has increased due to social media, or even how would you describe it in your own way?
I think it's increased more because, as I said, we're exposed to so much more, right?
Mm.
And you see, particular whether individuals, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, and they're being successful and they're doing this,
Right.
but in most cases, there's a team behind that person,
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, if you've never really been exposed to that team setting, you know, how do you process that? Because all you're just seeing is all these individuals being successful, not
Mm.
understanding, the blood, sweat, and tears behind creating something.
Mm.
I mean, we're in here too. That we got a team of staff of technicians who are working,
That's it.
putting something out. It's very hard to do something by yourself. So, I always tell people, what, team first.
Mm.
And as I said, unfortunately, what I see is a lot of the youth. They're the ones who grab up all this information
Mm-hmm.
and they figure, I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to do it by myself. I'm going to do
Right.
this. And what happens? You don't see the results. You get frustrated.